The gap between the world's richest and poorest people is growing. Individuals and corporations are accumulating wealth at an alarming rate, while the rest of the world is being left behind. This contrast is particularly stark in Africa. Malawi is one of the world's poorest countries. 8 million people, that's half of the country's population, live in poverty. Tax havens are fueling this grotesque inequality and driving poverty. Globally, just 62 people own the same amount of wealth as the poorest 3.6 billion people on the planet. Shocking, right? Individuals and companies build their wealth by dodging tax and stashing their money in tax havens. As much as 30% of all African individual wealth is held offshore. That's a loss of $14 billion in tax revenues every year. This is enough to put every child in Africa in school and save 4 million lives. Multinational companies who do business across Africa shift their profits and their taxes out of the continent.
So you got a lot of companies that are coming in, but they're not contributing to how the government is functioning. And if we keep on telling which companies are not paying taxes, which people are not paying taxes, then people will realize, oh, but they are living for free in a country which is struggling. That makes no sense.
When wealth is stashed in tax havens, it robs countries like Malawi of money. This means less money to fund schools and hospitals, which are so important in breaking the cycle of poverty.
It's not fair, because being dodging to pay the tax, it means that they're also dodging the right of education to the students or the children who are coming from poor families.
Teachers don't have the tools they need to teach their overcrowded classes of school children.
We don't have pieces of chalk, we don't have textbooks, and we don't have good enough water, we don't have good pit latrines. All these things, they need money.
Less money going into the national budget also impacts heavily on healthcare services.
Tax dodging, it has affected the quality of care that poor Malawians are receiving. The money that we're talking about that was lost, it would have improved the healthcare systems. So it's really unfair.
Without quality schools and hospitals, the cycle of poverty and the widening gap between the rich and the rest of us will continue.
My special message to them: pay tax and help the poor.
This tax revenue, it helps save a life.
Join Nelly and Vitumbiko and demand an end to the era of tax havens.